shocking remark by Bihar MP who hints at bedroom route to politics. So now a major row has erupted after Bihar MP Pappu Yadav made deeply sexist and derogatory remarks about women politicians, suggesting inappropriate ways to political careers. Shameful as it is, he said that the career of women politicians begin from the men's bedroom. That's the shameful derogatory statement made by Pappu Yadav while talking about women politicians. This comes at a time when the entire nation watched what transpired in Parliament, where every political party said yes, they have the intent to ensure 33% reservation for women in Parliament and assemblies. And here is Pappu Yadav, who's made this extremely shameful and derogatory remark. Listen in.
घरेलू हिंसा कौन कर रहा है? महिलाओं पे गिद्ध दृष्टि किसकी है? अमेरिका से लेकर के भारत तक नेताओं की। बिना नेता के रूम के बगैर 90% महिलाएं राजनीति कर ही नहीं सकती। ये तो हर दिन नेताओं का सीसीटीवी फुटेज औरत को नोचने की एक नॉट संस्कृति बन गई।
Let me go across to my colleague Mohit, who's getting us more details. Utterly shameful, disgraceful, derogatory remarks coming in from Mr. Pappu Yadav.
Well, Swati, now Pappu Yadav is a senior leader of his particular party. Umpteen time he has been a member of parliament, and in fact the irony over here is that his wife is also a member of parliament, Ranjit Ranjan. And as of now, as we speak, she is also a member of parliament. So somebody whose wife is a member of parliament, who has a political experience, these are very shameful words coming in. On one hand, whole country is speaking about Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam, how exactly women needs to be given proper representation in the parliament. On the other hand, there's a very shameful statement coming in from Pappu Yadav that 90% of the women cannot become politicians without going to leaders' bedroom. This is something which is very shocking, though the context would have been something different, but the statement that he has made is something which nobody can defend. Now also, this shows, Swati, that why exactly Nari Shakti Vandaniyam is needed. It's need of the hour, because women need to be there in the parliament, so that such mentality needs to be curbed, because when women will be there in the parliament, they will raise all these issues about this particular patriarchal mindset. But it's not even the patriarchal mindset, it's a shocking mindset. The very I mean, I don't have words to discover what he has said, but then it comes at a time when the whole country is speaking about women reservation, and he's somebody whose wife is also a member of parliament. So this is something which is very shocking. So we have to wait and watch what clarification will come from Pappu Yadav. But as we speak, no clarification has come from him. He was speaking about women reservation bill. He was speaking about the whole issue, and he said that 90% of the women politicians, they go to a leader's room, and then he talked about
Absolutely.
CCTV.
This exposes Pappu Yadav's mindset, who through this statement is negating all the efforts, hard work, struggle and the journey of women politicians. Let's once again listen into that derogatory, shameful remark.
घरेलू हिंसा कौन कर रहा है? महिलाओं पे गिद्ध दृष्टि किसकी है? अमेरिका से लेकर के भारत तक नेताओं की। बिना नेता के रूम के बगैर 90% महिलाएं राजनीति कर ही नहीं सकती। ये तो हर दिन नेताओं का सीसीटीवी फुटेज औरत को नोचने की एक नॉट संस्कृति बन गई।
We have Shazia Ilmi joining us on the broadcast. Shazia Ilmi, your first comments on this derogatory remark coming in from Pappu Yadav.
You know, I'm in a state of shock and disbelief. As it is, some of us are so upset and distressed about what's happened in the parliament, about how the bill was opposed and how, close we were to getting representation in the parliament and state legislatures. But to top it all, the kind of, ugliness that is being, spewed by this man, Pappu Yadav, who thinks women are not capable on their own to get ahead. I mean, look at all of us. We don't have famous fathers or husbands. We've just done it on our own. So to be told this, and it's such a big disservice. And I think it's almost like the biggest travesty. Who is he talking about? He's saying 90% of women have to resort to this. I can't even repeat what he said. So it is really sad that men of this country feel this way, male politicians. They will not help women get ahead and will not even pass the bill, including parties like Congress, including women like Priyanka Gandhi and Dimple Yadav. But to top it, we will have people say such terrible things and say women can only make it if they are, as I told you, if they are up to no good, that they have to be exploited sexually and that they're okay with this exploitation. And that is a way of the world, accepted like a fait accompli. Why? Why would he say that? And we don't want, we don't want something, this thought also to be perpetuated further. So imagine what a huge, travesty it is for all women that we have politicians who actually feel women are not capable of doing things on their own, on going ahead on their own, that they can start from grassroots without a political background and get ahead with their prowess, with their intelligence,
well, it's
with
people
their
like
hard work.
Pappu Yadav and the kind of statements that he has made that reinforces and renews the entire debate on reservation for women, rightful reservation for women in the parliament and the assemblies. Shahzad Almi, thank you for speaking with us. Let's once again listen into, however shameful or derogatory it may be, we have to listen to this statement once again to understand the mindset of these politicians.
घरेलू हिंसा कौन कर रहा है? महिलाओं पे गिद्ध दृष्टि किसकी है? अमेरिका से लेकर के भारत तक नेताओं की। बिना नेता के रूम के बगैर 90% महिलाएं राजनीति कर ही नहीं सकती। ये तो हर डेली, हर दिन नेताओं का सीसीटीवी फुटेज, औरत को नोचने की एक नाच संस्कृति बन गई।
Now we have some political reactions coming in. Let's listen into what Shehzad Poonawalla said on this remark.
गांधी के करीबी, कांग्रेस पार्टी के करीबी पप्पू यादव सांसद ने बेहद आपत्तिजनक महिला विरोधी मानसिकता जो उनकी है उसको दिखाने वाला बयान दिया है। वो कहते हैं कि 90% महिलाएं बिना नेता के रूम में जाए राजनीति कर ही नहीं सकती। मतलब वो महिलाओं पर किस प्रकार का आरोप लगा रहे हैं। और ये कोई पहली बार नहीं है कि कांग्रेस और उसके समर्थित नेताओं ने ऐसे बयान दिए हैं जो महिला विरोधी है। हमने देखा है शांति धारीवाल जो राजस्थान में मंत्री थे, उन्होंने कहा था रेप इसलिए होता है क्योंकि मर्दों का प्रदेश है। उन्होंने रेप को जस्टिफाई किया। अशोक गहलोत ने तो कह दिया कि 50% रेप केसेस फेक होते हैं, मतलब महिलाओं पर ही सवाल खड़े किया। कांग्रेस के एक नेता राहुल एम की क्या क्या कांड निकले हैं महिला विरोधी, केरलम में हमने देखा है। उसको वहां पे रिलीफ।
Let's go across to Mohit Bhatt, my colleague who continues to be with us on the broadcast. And Pappu Yadav is no ordinary man. He is a representative of the people who believes that नेता के रूम में जाए बगैर महिलाएं पॉलिटिक्स कर ही नहीं सकती हैं, पॉलिटिशियंस बन ही नहीं सकती हैं. Now, not just Pappu Yadav, but all those who take his support also need to answer.
Well, yes, in fact, and you see when he says that women cannot become politicians, 90% of them without going to leaders' bedroom, it clearly does a very big disservice to all the women who have done hard work from panchayat elections, then to municipal elections, and then to MLA, and then subsequently to MPs. There are women MPs in the parliament. They are from the opposition parties. They've all worked hard in their respective field. They have fought the elections. They have risen from ground to that particular position by their hard work, by standing for the rights of the people, by contesting elections, not just by doing what Pappu Yadav has said. So it does disservice to all these women who have worked very hard. It negates their hard work. And in a way, when he says 90% of them, this is something which is very shocking. And we have many women parliamentarians in our parliament. We know their backstory. We know how they have worked very hard on the ground, how they have been continuously fighting for an ideology of their respective party for past many years. But this man particularly has made such a statement.
Yes, he is negating all of that. He is negating all of that, and this is the mindset. This is the mindset that women have been fighting against, with or without reservation. Let me bring in Brinda Adige. Activist Brinda Adige joins us on the broadcast as well. Is this just pure jealousy? Pappu Yadav not being able to digest how successful women are with or without reservation?
Absolutely. One part of it is pure jealousy. The other part of it is an absolute patriarchal pettiness. The kind of talk that he has put forth, does he include all women into that or only women in politics? Does he want to even say that maybe women in his family is also like that? How shameless is he? He cannot accept that women have come up there because of their own accomplishments. And he is not ashamed to say that there are men who think that women can get a position, get power only if they sleep with others. Making those kind of statements goes to show that he is not caliber for being elected. That's all. It doesn't show anything else. It shows that his pettiness, maybe illiteracy, maybe he's uneducated, but at the end of the day, voters need to get to know this is not the kind of man you want to elect to make policies or to even eat into your taxes. I am so ashamed to even talk about this guy over here. I mean, he's worthless. Why should we be spending our time talking about this guy?
Because ma'am, he is a public representative, because he was chosen by people, so people need to know the reality. I want to also ask you, when you hear that statement carefully, he starts by hitting out at male politicians and then somewhere midway starts shaming, starts using derogatory words, and the entire context turns completely anti-women, where he says that women cannot make it in politics.
You're absolutely right. He's not simply anti-women. His regressive, retrograde mindset. So can you imagine the leaders of his political party who chose him to be contesting elections? Now, how terrible is that party that decided that somebody, an absolute no-good fellow who has no respect for his constituency, no respect for voters, no respect for women, has been chosen by his political party to contest elections. He has no respect for the male politicians. Okay, that's his problem. But to talk about women contesting in this age and time, when we are talking about the accomplishments of women, when the government, when the Prime Minister is saying, here we are giving all of these spaces,
absolutely,
here we are extending spaces, this man has the gall to speak like that. I mean, he must be sidelined totally. He should never even be brought anywhere in front.
All right, Brinda Adige, thank you very much for speaking with us. We also have Charu Pragya joining us on the broadcast. Charu Pragya, I'm sure by now you know what Pappu Yadav has said. Your first comments.
People like that should not be allowed to be speaking in public discourse, and at a time today when the entire country is discussing women's reservation, the fact that this opposition stalled it, another time Pappu Yadav comes up with yet another sexist remark. And you know what has actually changed in this country in the last 30, 40, 50 years? Absolutely nothing. Politicians then could get away with whatever they wanted to say about women, and unfortunately politicians today seem to think they will get away with it again. That is why we have been speaking non-stop about the importance of having more and more women as a part of decision making inside parliament, inside assemblies, because people like him need to understand that women are not just objects. I'm appalled that he could say that, and I hope his party is going to take very strict action. He should be dismissed from both the party and the parliament.
Absolutely, and we'll also track what politicians have to say, especially those who have taken support from Pappu Yadav. What are their views on this statement? Thank you, Charu, for speaking with us. Thank you to Mohit as well for the moment for getting us the details. Quick break. We'll continue to get you more updates and reactions on the other side as well.